Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. You know what? Welcome back to Chelsea News. What's Chelsea News? Well, it's the daily series here on this channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, more importantly, asking for yours, mate. Lots going on. Big concern about the youth. Harvey Vale, Billy Gilmore, Armando Broja, Levi Colwill. Is there a max exodus? Is the Frank Lampard youth revolution over? Are we overthinking this? Are we being unrealistic? What is actually happening? Chelsea are looking at both Presnel, Kimpembe and Jules Kounde yet again, about to make a bid for him. Apparently the first actual official bid, interestingly. And Chelsea have a President of Business. Wow, what a title. Settle in, get comfortable, do consider dropping a like to show your support for the channel. That's greatly appreciated. If you subscribe, please do hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Only if you want to, mate. And yeah, let's get into it. So, should we start off with the President of Business? I saw Liam tweet this or retweet. Like, imagine introducing yourself as the President of Business. Business? I'm the President. I'm the President of Business. Right. Chelsea Football Club has today appointed Tom Glick, a 30-year sports marketing and operations executive, as the club's new #President of Business. Glick will assume responsibility for the day-to-day operations at Chelsea FC, including managing its global commercial strategy, driving revenue growth, enhancing fan engagement, and creating exceptional experiences for the club's fans. Oh, that sounds very good. Man, why didn't we get President of Business before? Glick commented, quote, Chelsea FC is an iconic sports institution known and admired all over the world. I have been very impressed with the vision and mission of Todd Boehly and Clearlake. They have the Chelsea community at heart and everything they do. We have a huge opportunity here to enhance performance across the board on behalf of everyone we serve. This is interesting, guys, I guess. Todd Boehly, chairman and co-controlling owner, said, Tom's successful track record as a leader and innovator at several respected and winning sports organizations made him the obvious choice for this position. His skills and experience will be vital as we improve Chelsea FC's key infrastructure, expand the club's products and reputation, and find exciting new ways for our loyal supporters to engage with our favorite players. I'm going to give you my opinion on this. I do actually think this is good, but there's a couple more paragraphs to go. Let me read them to you. We can talk about this. Then we'll switch to transfers and youth, etc. So Egbali and Feliciano, co-controlling owner, said, Tom is a terrific addition to Chelsea and will advance our long-term plans for the club. He has the experience and the credentials to elevate our significant global standing and help lead our commitment to strengthen the club through investments, squad additions, infrastructure, technology, the youth academy, more on that later, and the women's team. Glick most recently was president of NFL's Carolina Panthers franchise, where he managed extensive improvements to the Bank of America Stadium. He also oversaw the creation of the Major League Soccer's Charlotte Football Club, which Chelsea will face next. Coincidence? I think not. Glick has also held positions at the Chief Commercial Officer at City Football Group. Ding, 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 I say. Where he was responsible for global business operations across the world, CEO of Derby County, and marketing positions for the New Jersey Nets, the NBA, and English football. He served on the Football League Board, the FA Council, and the Professional Game Board. Look, that is a very well-qualified gentleman. A guy who's done a lot in the world of sport and indeed football. Maybe he's worthy of the title of President of Business, we can assume. Look, man, he was in charge of the Chief Commercial Officer of the City Group. Now, they make a lot of money, they've done well. Allegedly, speculatively, narrative has suggested that some deals to do with City haven't all been entirely kosher, allegedly. Potentially, maybe. I've read online. I'm not publicly dipping my toe into that, mess. But Todd Boehly, Clearlake seem to know what they're doing. They're doing everything kosher above board, and this seems like a good move. Look, some of this gear might seem unsavory to you guys, but ultimately, if Chelsea want to be better, if they want more fans, if they want to win more trophies, which ultimately is the goal for football, this is how you do it. You expand, you generate more money, you have a better infrastructure, utilization of technology and data, etc., etc. It looks like Glick, big man Glick, is going to be a useful figure for that. So, President of Business, let me know what you think. Comment down below. Let's move on, talk about players. Adam Newson tweeting, obviously the Chelsea correspondent for Football.London. Understand Billy Gilmour and Harvey Vale have left the Chelsea first team group and are potentially joining up with the development squad out here in the US. Armando Broja, meanwhile, is on his way back to England tonight. Clubs are still pushing to sign him. Tino Anjorin is finalising a move away from Chelsea. Coventry, Huddersfield, Norwich and QPR are interested in some... The Tino Anjorin going on a championship loan is fine. I don't think anyone's going to have a problem with that. Billy Gilmour and Harvey Vale. Harvey Vale, who captained England under-19s to the Euros win, getting a great assist. Going to join up with the development team is a hard pill to swallow because we are, people are frustrated that like Malang Sarr and, Kennedy and Barkley are being utilised and so. Well, to be honest, look, I get it. Malang Sarr is a senior player. Chelsea pay him a lot of money. They do. They pay him and understandably, he was a free transfer from Nice, and a lot of clubs wanted him. We were always going to give him this amount of money to try and flip him and make a profit, free money. I understand kind of why they give these senior players. They've trained well. They're giving Chelsea the best years of their career. You bring them on tour. You sort of just do. But yeah, I understand why people are frustrated because the future, invest in your future, not these players that won't be featured for your team. And people would draw the relevant comparison of ruthless Tottenham just leaving like Reguilon and players back at home and just not taking them on tour because Conte's like, nope. Maybe that's a little bit too cutthroat. I don't know. Understandably, people are upset. I think it's a little bit premature to get too judgmental. Let's see what Thomas Tuchel has to say. He has always maintained that it's important for him to have the academy implemented in the first team. But you could also make an argument that Thomas Tuchel has the academy implemented into his first team. Thomas Tuchel might say to you, well, look at all the other elite European clubs in the Premier League. How many academy graduates do they have in their team? You could look at Chelsea and say, well, that players that we know will play, we've got Mason Mount, we've got Reece James, we've got Trevor Chalobah, we've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, and probably we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek that will feature. That's 5 players that we know, academy graduates that will be in the squad that will get game time. And there's still, of course, a chance for the likes of Levi Colwill, who've at Cy Phillips tweeting yesterday, let's bring the Levi Colwill story out again, shall we? The same story that has everyone in a meltdown last week. Same situation. Nothing has changed. Colwill could leave, but he also could stay. It's dependent on the circumstances, as you were. Interesting that he's still with the group, a teenager that was on loan in the Championship. For example, Gilmour was on loan in the Premier League and he's gone. It's very, very interesting, but we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. It's very difficult to make a fair judgment. Of course, Armando Broja did fly out to the USA to join the first team, hurt his Achilles and was in a boot and crutches, and now he's been flown back to London. Interesting. Although Tuchel said he just hurt his Achilles and it wasn't a bad injury. Fabrizio Romano tweeting this. West Ham are now close to signing Armando Broja. Talks progressing with Chelsea. West Ham insist on a permanent deal after offer submitted, but it's up to Chelsea. Broja has agreed personal terms with West Ham. All parties are closer. Armando Broja would happily go to West Ham and be a starting striker or deputy to Antonio. Certainly get a lot of games. Of course, they'll be in the Europa League. They were very, very good in the Premier League last season. They've got a good thing going. They've got a good team. You can see how that would be an alluring move for Armando Broja. Of course, as well, he would remain in London. It's not like he'd be going up north. He could stay in London. I can kind of see how now more than ever West Ham would be alluring to a young striker like Broja. He might think, oh, I can play on... Because he looks like he plays really well on transition. He did that with Southampton. He probably thinks I could do that at West Ham, like Antonio does. Again, people will be pissed off about this. But if Thomas Tuchel looks at him and goes, yeah, I don't think he could play that much for me. He can stay, but if he wants to go, let him go. You just got to be... It's very easy to get upset about this stuff, and I understand why, because I get, annoyed too. But ultimately, this is where we're at, man. This is the situation. We're trying to win the Premier League. We're signing elite players. We've got a few academy graduates in the team. We probably, many of us will want a couple more, but we might not get that. That's where we're at. Let's move on and talk about transfers. Of course, we need another centre-back or two. To circle back around to the Levi Colwill situation, Simon Johnson of The Athletic was reporting if we sign one more centre-back, he'll want to go. Which, I don't understand if that's true. I mean, if that is true, I don't understand. Chelsea lost Rudiger and Christensen that will need to be replaced regardless as senior centre-backs. Chelsea will probably also lose Cesar Azpilicueta. That's 3 senior centre-backs. Now, we've signed 1 senior centre-back replacement in Kalidou Koulibaly. So we still need 2 senior centre-backs. If we sign 1 and keep Colwill, he should be very, very happy with that. And that's with us signing 1 extra elite centre-back. Ideally, many sort of level-headed Chelsea fans would be like, sign Kounde, keep Colwill. He'll get plenty of game time. As will Chalobah. That's just the way it is. So whether Simon Johnson's... I'm not going to question his information. He's like a well-informed journalist. But if that's the case, if he's like, oh, you sign 1 more centre-back and I'm gone, I feel like that's probably a little bit unfair. But again, I don't know the situation. I am not a source. I'm certainly not an in the know. I just react to content that we see here together online here on Chelsea News. So we'll see what happens with that. Chelsea have reintroduced the idea of signing Jules Kounde, although now apparently he wants to go to Barcelona, and I'm so nauseated about how this transfer window, we are intrinsically linked with Barcelona and them either wanting our players or wanting our targets, and seemingly getting our targets in Rafinha and who knows, maybe Jules Kounde. At Cy Phillips Sport tweeting this, Sevilla are waiting for an official offer from Chelsea for Kounde, which will arrive in the coming days, though it will not reach the €65 million starting point. Chelsea are being like, look, we will buy this guy off you, but we're not going to pay crazy money. And we know you're not going to get crazy money off Barcelona, although they somehow are just printing money. Feels like they're cheating Barcelona. We're not going to get into that today. We know they're selling off their organs to try and buy some transfers this summer. We'll see what happens. Also, being tweeted by Cy Phillips that he's citing Simon Jones of the Daily Mail saying Chelsea have made a £40 million offer for Paris Saint-Germain centre-back Presnel Kimpembe and are in talks with Sevilla with Jules Kounde, who is a target for Barcelona too. So a £40 million offer for Presnel Kimpembe is pretty strong. And for a player who's got 2 years left on his deal, who's 26 years old, and I know a lot of people probably quite rightly have some concerns about Presnel Kimpembe. He does start for France. He is left-footed, and he's 26, and he's been coached by Tuchel. So I kind of defer to the wishes of the manager. If he's like, look, man, I want this guy... Give him Presnel Kimpembe, give him Presnel Kimpembe. Just another couple of updates, again, using Cy Phillips as a sports aggregator. West Ham are now closing on the signing of Armando Broja. Talks progressing with Chelsea. West Ham insist for a permanent deal. It's up to Chelsea. Oh, sorry, that's I'm just reading the Fabrizio Romano one again. But it's still true. This is a quote from Ben Jacobs. Armando Broja spoke to Thomas Tuchel to get some clarity on his future. It was reiterated that Chelsea don't want to sell him, so a lot now depends on Broja himself. Broja is currently unsettled, and sources indicated he would be relieved to resolve his future. But what is relieving? What is resolving your future? Saying, you can't get guaranteed minutes from a coach, especially when you're in that position. So I don't know what resolving your future represents. Do you know what I mean? Fabrizio Romano goes on, West Ham are still in talks with Chelsea on the final details, like a potential buyback clause or not, and add-ons. The agreement for Armando Broja is close. and it will be a permanent deal. Broja is pushing for the move. So that is the latest update just a minute ago. It came updated as we spoke from Fabrizio Romano. Armando Broja pushing for exit. I guess for those of you who wanted Broja to stay, who are frustrated by this move, you'd want to hope that there is a buyback clause, a Tammy Abraham style one, maybe that, 65 million that comes into play in a couple of seasons if you want to see what happens. But there we go. Let me know what you think, guys. There's a lot to get through there. Comment down below. I'll be really interested in reading your thoughts as always, and your opinions. Thank you for dropping a like on the video, and you're welcome to subscribe should you choose to do so. Hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Alright, I'm out. Peace.